My name is Bennett Roberts, and I was born in Richmond, Virginia. When I was 13 years old, I was shipped to Maryland with a bunch of other slaves from Richmond. When I got there, I realized I was in Maryland. I thought I was only going to be there for a couple of weeks, then I would be sent back to my home where all my family and my friends are. But I was wrong. I stayed there for a while, but there were rumors around the slave quarters that there was this woman named Harriet Tubman, and she was smuggling slaves out of the entire house and where all the slaves are kept. And I became so interested in this. So one night, while the slave keeper was sleeping again, I walked over to Harriet Tubman and I struck into a conversation with her, and she told me all the different parts of the Underground Railroad, such as the conductors, which are people who have these houses along the Underground Railroad, and they house the slaves, and they take care of them for as much time as they need, and they also will give food and water, and I became so interested in this that I even heard an even better rumor for me that Harriet Tubman was actually taking 40 slaves on 1824, 2:30 a.m. So I went with a bunch of other slaves. We were all dressed in black, and we were sneaking into the hole. We walked right past the slave keeper because he was sleeping, and we went to the tunnel. The journey was long and tiring. We only had little holes in the roof of the tunnel to where the sunlight or moonlight would come in. But they were very small holes, and I had to get used to the dim light. We had very little food, but every now and then we would stop at a conductor's house, but we would get food and water, but we would only be able to sleep in hay bales and stables, because if there were guards patrolling outside, and if they saw movement in the house during the night, they would alert, and they would go inside the house and search the house, and that would not be good for the conductor or anyone else. But after 2 or 3 months, me and all these different slaves finally made it to Canada. In Canada, we were free, but the culture and the food and the temperature was very, very, very different, and I felt kind of sad of Harriet leaving, because she almost became a mother to me and being together with her so long, and all the slaves became my family almost. Thank you for listening to my story.